So hi, my name's Tina, and somebody just asked me about the reading options that Ben Slavic developed because they wanted to try them out, and I thought it would just probably be easier for me to show these in my classroom than it would be to write about them. So I have back here a couple readings that I made for my class. This one is some highlighted grammatical input because I'm teaching them because I feed into a school where they do a lot of grammar and stuff from the textbook, so I'm trying to teach them the future proche, which is I'm going to study, or I'm going to eat, or we're going to read, or whatever. So I highlighted the conjugated form of the verb because that's what I'm attempting to teach them about, and then also highlighted the ER endings on these verbs. I just started doing that, so that's not like something normal for me. It's in French too. They've already had a whole year of input. This sounds kind of familiar to them because I've heard it a few 100 million times from me. So I'm playing around with doing some like conscious learning of grammar rules with them. But I can just use this to do any type of reading as well. And then this is something that I wrote up about a funny thing that happened in my French class, that this kid, we asked him how old he was on his birthday, and he said he was 1 year old. So these are readings that I created for them. Sometimes I create the readings with them, but these I made ahead of time. I just wrote them out. I don't know exactly why I started putting them on big pieces of chart paper. Over the summer, I had to do that just because of necessity, and I don't know, I guess I just kind of got used to it. I kind of started thinking it was fun, so I've just been, sometimes just for variety's sake, you know, the brain craves novelty, as Carol Gobb has been quoted to say, and I agree. Whereas, you know, people enjoy a structure, it's nice to have a little bit of novelty, so having them read on a different format and not just always on the overhead projector is, I don't know, I figure just a little tiny extra bit of novelty. So, the reading options. The first one is where you just read aloud and choral translation, do a choral translation. And at the same time, you also do grammar. These are like the big heavy hitters that I pretty much do with almost every reading that I ever do. And then the second one is where you read from the back of the room. And do reader's theater. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate these, and hopefully this will get this person on the right track. Okay, so what I usually do is I'll read it to them just in the language, and I usually point at it as I'm reading, either on the overhead or up here on the board. So I just read it to them in French. L'histoire de la famille de Graham. Now, this is very familiar to them because, like, this is what we did yesterday in class, okay? So even though some of the words might be different or some of the phrasing might be different, it should be pretty comprehensible. L'histoire de la famille de Graham. Mercredi, le 4 octobre 2017, était l'anniversaire de Graham. C'était son premier anniversaire. Graham a 1 an. Graham est un bébé. Pour un bébé normal, il est super grand. Mais la famille de Graham n'est pas normale. C'est une famille de géants. Les bébés normaux dans la famille de Graham sont énormes. Alors, il est microscopique pour sa famille. So then we do this choral translation and discussion of the grammar. This one, I don't think I ever ended up using this reading with them. So that's why I picked it off the wall over there, because it doesn't have any markings from the choral translation of the grammar. So I'll show you what I would tend to do. So I tend to use a different color, and we'll just be reading through it, and I'll stop and point something out about the grammar. So I say, okay kids, you're going to read with me, and you're not going to go faster nor slower. You're not going to go louder nor quieter. We're just all going to stay together, and we're going to read in English. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, go. The story of the family of Graham. Okay, kids, so in English we usually say Graham's family. So we would say of Graham's family. And we wouldn't even say this or this, but that's just how you say it in French. So we can't say Graham's family, we just have to say the family of Graham. So let's read that one more time. Ready, set, go. The story of Graham's family. Wednesday, the 4th of October. Now, kids, did you notice how we didn't say the 4th of October? So in English, we say the 4th of October, but we don't say that in French. We just say the 4 October. All right, let's start over again. 1, 2, 3, go. Wednesday, the 4th of October, 2017, was Graham's birthday. So again, we have to say de Graham, and that means grams. Okay, so this de is kind of like apostrophe S. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, go. Was Graham's birthday. It was his first birthday. Graham is 1 year. Okay, so this literally means has. So it's Graham has 1 year. Actually, kids, I made a mistake here because if he only has 1 year, there would not be an S there. Usually there is an S because you only have 1 year one time in your life, and then it's always an S after that. So let's read that one more time. Ready, set, go. It was his first birthday. Graham has 1 year. Well, how do we say that in English? Graham is 1. That's how we say that, but in French, you have to say has 1 year. So I could keep going, but I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to turn around here, and I'm going to show you how I would do reading from the back of the room. So I usually don't sit down. This is usually where my videographer sits, but I'm going to sit down and drink this here decaf. It's very rainy today in Portland. All right, so I sit in the back, and I tell the kids this. Okay, kids, so I'm going to look at the text, and you can feel free to turn around and look at it yourself if you want to. I'm going to ask some questions, and we're just going to discuss about it. Okay, so let's see. All right, classe, c'était l'histoire de la famille de Graham ou de ma famille? Oui, classe, très bien, c'était l'histoire de la famille de Graham. Ok, et classe, l'anniversaire de Graham était mercredi ou jeudi? Oui, classe, super! Son anniversaire était mercredi. Et classe, quelle était la date de l'anniversaire de Graham? Le 4 octobre. Super! Hey Jackson, ton anniversaire est en octobre? Ouh! En mai. Hey classe, l'anniversaire de Jackson est en mai. Et classe, mon anniversaire est en mai. Le 14 mai. Hey Jackson, quelle est la date de ton anniversaire? Oh, le 23 mai. So sometimes in the back here, I'm like not just talking about what is going on there. We're just basically having a class discussion. But I'm just using that as like a talking point, and of course they can turn around and refer back to it. And then sometimes, like let's say that I get to the part where it says Graham's a baby. For a normal baby, he's super big, but Graham's family isn't normal. It's a giant family, a family of giants. And normal babies in Graham's family are enormous, so he's microscopic for his family. So I might pull up an actor. So I would just pull a kid up right beside me, and I would have them talk. So, you know, we get to that point, and I'd be like, hey, classe, Graham, la famille de Graham est une famille normale ou une famille de géants? And be like, géant. I'm like, yeah, okay, I need a Graham. So Graham would come stand here, or the fake Graham. I'd be like, Graham dit, je suis un bébé. Je suis un bébé. Et je suis microscopique. Je suis microscopique. And then I'd be like, well, maybe I need Graham's mom. So Graham's mom comes over, and you know, maybe Graham's mom will stand on a stool or something to like get taller, and you know, you can have them interact. Now this works better with like an actual story, which we're finally getting into. We finally are like starting to actually tell stories, because the Reader's Theater is more fun if there's like dialogue and stuff in the story. So I hope that helps. That's kind of the big 4 that I use like over and over a bunch. Like I do this like at least once a week, maybe even twice a week. It's a great break. Usually what I do is like review the artwork and then write it up with the kids. I like to write it up with the kids most of the time because I'm just too lazy to do it outside of class. There are like some benefits to doing it outside of class though. Like you can put more thought into it, and especially if you're planning on using it for readers theater, you can put like dialogue in there and plan on, you know, making it fun and engaging with the fun dialogue. But anyway, I definitely try to do some reading activities a couple times a week. The person who asked me this question is having some issues with her kids, like saying they're not learning anything. And I find that like putting it on paper and like doing this discussion with them and maybe even having them summarize it in English or translate it into English, it's a good way for them to make their learning visible and see that they're actually able to comprehend quite a lot of language. All right, thanks.